Welcome everyone. Here is a lesson for Class 12 English prescribed by CBSE India. This is a lesson named ROADSIDE STAND by the poet Robert Frost. In fact, this literary creation is a poem, and like other literary creations, say prose, drama, novel, everything has a creator. And in the case of this one, the creator is Robert Frost, who is a poet. Before we find entry into the topic, let me tell you something very interesting about Robert Frost. Robert Frost was a celebrated poet, and he was the favorite one of our late Prime Minister, Jawaharlal Nehru. Before his death, Jawaharlal Nehru had put one stanza of this poet below his pillow, and the celebrated stanza is this. It reads, "Woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep." It's very important to memorize the name of the poet or the poetess, because in the body of the answer, students are required to write the name of the poet or the poetess to gain the impression of the examiner to get good marks. That's why let's try to know something about Robert Frost, the creator of this poem. Robert Frost was an American poet. He was born in San Francisco in the year 1874 and he died in 1963. He was an excellent writer. He was awarded Pulitzer Prize for Literature 4 times. A few well-known works created by Robert Frost are My Butterfly, A Road Not Taken. This poem is based on a theme. What's a theme? When I say theme, it's the central idea which hits the mind of the poet or the poetess before a literary work is given birth. Before this poem was taken birth, well, a certain idea hit the mind of the poet, and that idea was expanded to this poem. And what was that central idea which hit the mind of the poet, Robert Frost, as a result of which he wrote this poem? The idea is this. If the villagers are poor, they are innocent people, they don't have money. And the rich people have the obligation to help these poor people and bring these poor people to social mainstream. This is the central idea. Villagers are poor, they don't have money, they need the assistance of the rich people, particularly the people, those who live in town areas, as a result of which their financial condition will improve and they will be brought to the social mainstream. In this poem, the poet seems to be concerned. Concerned for what? Concerned about the sufferings of the poor villagers. He is concerned about the sufferings of the poor people, and the poet is concerned about the humanitarian urge, humanitarian assistance which should be extended for them. Poet is also extremely concerned about the rural-urban equality. Poet wants that yes, monetarily, people of the town and people of the villages should be equal. So far the poem is concerned, this is very important to know this basic information. The poet observes the plight of the villager, suffering of the villager. Villagers suffer because they don't have money. And the poet is also observing the effort of the villager to sell his local produce, like the fruits, to get money for his livelihood. But unfortunately what happens? The moneyed people, like the people of the town, they are not sympathetic to the cause of this villager. The town people, the urbanites, they seem to be apathetic to the villager, as a result of which the villager is not able to get money, not able to improve his financial condition. As a result, what happens? The hope of the villagers for his betterment, that is belied. I mean, financial improvement of the villager, that does not take place because of the apathy of the urbanites. So this is the basic information we should know before we find entry into the poem. After knowing the background information of the poem, let's now proceed to the text of the poem. Here is the text of the poem. Line number 1 and 2. These 2 lines read, "The little old house was out with a little new shed in front at the edge of the road where the traffic sped." In these 2 lines, there are a few words, the meanings of which you should know, so that the understanding of the poem, understanding of these 2 lines will be perfect. The words in red color, they give certain meaning, inner meaning, the implied meaning. Implied meaning is known as allusion. This allusive meaning we should know. Here, out means extended. Old house was out means old house was extended. In front of the old house, something was created with a little new shed. Shed means a vending area, a sales area. In front of the edge of the road. Edge means side. By the side of the road, the small sales area was created. The road was having good traffic. Traffic means vehicular movement. A lot of vehicles were moving on this road, and these vehicles were moving speedily. So here is the annotation of these two lines. Annotation means the explanatory analysis. These two lines say that yes, the front part of the farmer's house, it was extended to a sales area, extended to a stall or sales area. This stall or the sales area, it was situated by the side of the road, and on the road, so many vehicles were running very speedily. Now let's come to line number 3 and 4. These two lines read like this. A roadside stand that too pathetically played, it would not be fair to say, for a dole of bread. Pathetically played, dole, these are the two important expressions, meanings of which you should know. Pathetically means sorrowfully. So this roadside stand was saying something, pleading something pathetically. Plead is the past tense of plead. A roadside stand was honestly requesting something, of course, painfully, sorrowfully. Dole here means donated items like the alms. Bread is food. When a beggar comes, he gives something to the beggar, and that is known as alms. So the annotation of these two lines, line number 3 and 4, is this. In these two lines, we come to know that the farmers were earnestly appealing for sale of their products, sale of their fruits, out of which they will be getting some money. It is made clear by the part they were not begging alms, they were not the beggars, they were the hard workers. By selling their fruits, they were trying to earn some money to improve their financial condition. In these two lines, line number 3 and 4, there is a poetic device. What is a poetic device? Poetic devices, those expressions which make the language beautiful for real enjoyment. And the poetic device here, that roadside stand, it is a personification. A personification comes to picture when a lifeless subject is attributed with life. One inanimate object, when it is attributed with life, it is personification. So roadside stand is, for that matter, a poetic device known as personification. Come to line number 5 and 6. But for some of the money, the cash, whose flow supports the flower of cities from sinking and withering faint. Here, flower, sinking, withering faint, these are the words, meanings of which you should know. And this word flower here is wealthy lifestyle. Flower of cities means wealthy lifestyle, the luxurious lifestyle. This is meant by flower. And sinking is stopping. Withering faint means losing its glaze. Meaning of this is the lifestyle of the town people cannot be maintained without money. Without money, it will be sinking, it will be stopping. Lifestyle can't be maintained. It will go down to zero. The farmer is appealing for some money, some cash, ready money in hand. Well, money empowers the urbanite. Town people have money. This money the farmer wants, not as alms, but as sale proceed. That money someone gets by selling a particular product is known as sale proceed. And with that money, the farmer wants to improve his financial condition. Here are two lines, line number 7 and 8. The police traffic passed with a mind ahead, or if ever aside a moment, then out of sorts. In these two lines, we have certain words. One word is policed. Policed is alighted. Mind ahead means destination. Aside a moment means stopped by the side of the road for a short time. And sorts means irritation. Out of certain irritation, the people were moving in the vehicle, they were stopping by the roadside. The meaning conveyed by these two lines, line number 7 and 8, is this. The people were moving for their destination and they were hardly stopping near the stall. If at all they were stopping near the stall, it was out of certain irritation. The villager was expecting that the town people should stop in front of the stall, they should buy some fruits, and that way the villagers will be getting some money. But this was not taking place. This was not happening at all. In these two lines 7 and 8, we find certain poetic device. Here, police traffic means the refined, sensible people in the traffic. And the literary device here is transferred epithet. What's a transferred epithet? It's this. An adjective which is used to describe a specific thing or noun, it is transferred to another noun. This word policed is one adjective and it is used for the noun traffic. But this adjective, policed, should not be used with traffic. Policed means enlightened, refined. It should be used with the people. Policed people constituting the traffic. Try to understand this. Policed people. So this policed should be the adjective for the noun people, and the people that constitute the traffic. That's why policed should be used for the noun people, not for the noun traffic. But here it is used. In poetic composition, this is permissible. Here are lines 9 and 10, and these two lines read, at having the landscape marred with the artless paint of signs that with N turned wrong and S turned wrong. In this expression, in this stanza, we find certain words, the meanings of which again we should know. One is landscape. Meaning of landscape is scenery of the place. A village had a landscape of its own, and this landscape, beautiful scene that was marred means spoiled by the artless paint. Artless means without an appeal. Some painting was there, and the painting was not having its appeal, and the loss of appeal was due to what? Due to n turned wrong, inverted. Turned wrong means inverted. From the picture, from this you can see that yes, n is inverted, s is inverted. This sort of artistic writing, it is actually, it's wrong, and it is making the place lose its charm. So then ultimately, what is the annotation? So what is the meaning conveyed by these two lines? Meaning conveyed by these two lines is this. The village has a scenery of its own, and the scenery is being spoiled by the faulty paintings. Faulty paintings, they come out of the inverted writings of N and S. I think the lines 9 and 10 are understood by you. Come to now lines 11 and 12. These two lines, the read, offered for sale wild berries in wooden quarts, or crook-necked golden squash with silver words. Yes. In these two lines we have certain words, meanings of which again are to be made clear. Wild. Wild means country grown. Wild berries. Berries means fruits. Wild means country grown fruits. And they are put in wooden quarts, wooden containers. Quarts means containers. What were the fruits looking like? They were looking crooked, means twisted, bent an upper portion of the fruit. And the fruits were looking golden, yellowish, means fruits were ripe. When a fruit gets ripe, it looks yellow. What sort of fruits were there? It was squash, means it is a pumpkin type fruit. And these pumpkin type fruits, they were having silver, means whitish swelling. I mean a upper portion, outward appearance of the fruits. Outward appearance was not appealing, not very impressive, not very attractive. This is what the poet wants to say. Let us come to the annotation. The meaning conveyed by these two lines, meaning is country fruits the villager was selling, and the fruits were put in wooden containers. The fruits were the pumpkin-like fruits. Upper portion of the appearance of the fruits, that was not impressive because the fruits were looking whitish and there were some swellings on the fruit. They were not that impressive. Perhaps due to this, the fruits were not able to attract the customers. Yes. Here is line number 13. It is one important line. This line at times is set as a question in the examination. And the line is this, line number 13. Or beauty rests in a beautiful mountain scene. What does it mean? Beauty rest. Here, beauty means the visual appeal of the village with the mountain scene as the backdrop. The mountain was really giving a scenic touch to the village, to the place. It was looking very nice. So beauty rests in the beautiful mountain scene. Mountain was there as the backdrop of the village. It was very attractive, very beautiful, and this was one such appeal of the place. This is line number 13. Yes. Now, rest is express itself. Beauty rest. Beauty was expressing itself through the scene. This is the meaning of this line. Come to the annotation, the inner meaning of this line. And in this particular line, line number 13, we find one poetic device. Beauty again here is personification. Beauty is treated as one animate object. Beauty is resting. With the human beings we rest. Beauty is also resting. It means beauty is treated to be one living being. Coming to line number 14 and 15. You have the money, but if you want to be mean, why keep your money? This crossly and go away. Before we understand the meaning of these two lines, let's try to know the meanings conveyed in these two lines. The first word is mean. The town people want to be narrow-minded, miserly. And if they move this way crossly, inhumanly, and go along, means pass by. Town people, they are not waiting in front of the stall, they are not purchasing the fruit from the villages. and they are trying to that way show their inhumanity, show their narrow-mindedness, show their miserly attitude. And this is what the poet is giving an expression here. Coming to line number 16 and 17. To hurt the scenery won't be my complaint, such as this trusting sorrow of what is unsaid. Here, in these two lines, we have certain words. First word is hurt. Hurt means ignore. The hurt to the scenery. People ignore the scenery even though the place was beautiful, attractive. That won't be my complaint. Complaint here means resentment. Town people, they are ignoring the scenery of the place. Poet is not concerned about it. But poet is concerned about something else. Okay? So much as this trusting sorrow. Trusting means real. Villagers have some real sorrow, real suffering. They don't have money. And this poverty is creating their sorrow. This is what the poet is concerned about. So the meaning conveyed by these two lines is this. The poet is concerned about the beauty of the village ignored by the town people. But the poet is really concerned about the unexpressed pain of the villagers. Unexpressed pain of the villagers is due to their poverty. Now, line number 18 and 19. Here far from the city, we make our roadside stand and ask for some city money to fill in hand. Ask for. Asking for means want to get. Villagers want to get some city money from the city people. And they want to feel means to have ready cash. So the meaning conveyed by these two lines is this. The purpose of this stall is expressed here. Purpose of this stall is to get some money from the town people. This money they want to get not as alms but as the sale proceed of their product. Sale proceed. I have said the money that you get after selling something, that money is known as sale proceed. Next, we have the lines 20, 21 and 22. These three lines read, to try if it will not make our being expand and give us the life of the moving pictures promise that the party in power is said to be keeping from us. In these three lines, we have certain expressions. Being expand, being means real condition, expand is improve. What is the real condition of the villager? It is poverty, no money situation. And then moving picture, it refers to cinema, cinematic impact. Cinema gives the impression of moneyed lifestyle. And then keep from means deprive. These three lines, they mean that the purpose of this stall is to improve the standard of the villager. Villagers, they want to improve their financial condition and live comfortably. Comfortable living does not mean cinematic life, but they want to live a normal life. Also, the villagers, they don't like the false promise made by the political parties before the elections. Political parties promise a lot of things, but they never fulfill it. And this sort of things not liked by the villagers. Lines 23 and 24. It is in the news that all these pitiful keen are to be bought out and mercifully gathered in. These two lines, they have these words. News means reported. This pitiful keen means near and dear ones, those who are languishing. They are to be shifted from the village where sources of income is limited and scanty to those areas where sources of income are readily available. And they are to be gathered in, rehabilitated. And these two lines, they give us the meaning that he is informed about the shifting of the villagers to a new place where they will be rehabilitated with good sources of money. Now, line number 25 and 26. These two lines are to live in villages next to the theatre and the store where they won't have to think for themselves anymore. The expressions, meanings of which we should know. The first expression is theatre and the store. It refers to the urban area. People from the village, they will be brought to the suburban areas. And the next expression is won't have to think, means the villagers won't have to be down with poverty anymore. The meaning that we get out of these two lines 25 and 26 is this. The new place, villagers will be living out of poverty with comfortable living condition. Now, lines 27, 28 and 29. These three lines are: while greedy good doers, beneficent beasts of prey, swarm over their lives, enforcing benefits that are calculated to soothe them out of their wits. These three lines have certain expressions, and these expressions mean greedy good doers means exploiters. Beneficent beasts means it is a reference to those exploiters, beneficent beasts of prey. Swarming over means prevailing over, swarm over. Enforcing means promising. And calculated means intended. To soothe, soothing means pulling down. Out of wits means to befool the people. So these are the word meanings, and with these meanings we are brought to this understanding. And our understanding of these three lines 27, 28, 29 is this: there is a possible risk at the new place. The poet says that yes, at the new place where the villagers will be brought to, exploiters will be there, and they will be having a lot of pretensions to extract money from the villagers. These lines 27, 28 and 29, they give us this meaning, that at the new place where the villagers will be brought to, there is possible risk. What is the possible risk? Possible risk relating to the exploiters. They will try to befool the people, befool the villagers, and making them fools, they will try to take your money earned by the villagers. In these three lines, we have certain poetic devices. Poetic devices refer to greedy good doers. This is oxymoron. What is oxymoron? Oxymoron is two contradictory ideas put together. This is oxymoron. I mean, greedy refers to something different, something negative. Good doers, it is a positive expression. So when these good bad ideas are put together, this is oxymoron. And again the same, beneficent prey, beneficent beasts. Beneficent, a positive expression, beast is a negative expression. So beneficent beasts, two ideas, contradicting ideas put together is oxymoron. And again, these two expressions, greedy good doer, beneficent beast, are also the examples of alliteration. What is alliteration? Repetition of the consonant sound in the words. It is alliteration. So greedy good doers, GG repeated. Beneficent beast, B, they are repeated. In these three lines 27, 28 and 29, we find the poetic devices like oxymoron and alliteration. Lines 30 and 31. And by teaching them how to sleep, they sleep all day, destroy their sleeping at night the ancient way. Some words and expressions, meanings of which are here. Sleep means relax without work. Sleep all the day means rejoice. Destroy their sleeping at night. This total expression means putting to tension. The ancient way means in a tortuous method. By a tortuous method, the villagers are exploited by the exploiters. These two lines, they mean that exploiters, they have a negative intention. They make the villagers go without work, encourage the villagers to live with borrowed money, as a result of which the villagers invite their own suffering. What is the ultimate result? The ultimate result is the victimization by the exploiters of the innocent poor. Coming to the poetic devices, here we have certain poetic devices like repetition. These two words, sleep and sleep, in line number 30, these two words are repeated. And this is an example of repetition. Now, line number 32 and 33. These two lines are: sometimes I feel myself, I can hardly bear the thought of so much childish longing in vain. Hardly bear, it means not to tolerate. And then the childish longing means dreamy desire. In vain means unrealizable. The poet says that he is disheartened when he finds his anticipation, dreamy anticipation, that is not fulfilled. What is his anticipation? That the poor people will be out of their poverty. But when he imagines that yes, exploiters will be there and the poverty of the villagers will continue to be with them forever, the poet is disheartened when he realizes this. Coming to line number 34 and 35. The sadness that lurks near the open window there, that waits all day in almost open prayer. Here are two words, they mean sadness, means inner pain, lurks, remain unexpressed. And these two lines, they mean poet is expressing his unhappiness over what? Over the hidden sorrow of the villagers. Villagers have their suffering which they are not able to express. The villagers, they always go on praying for money, but that prayer is not fulfilled. This is what the poet is trying to say through these two lines, line number 34 and 35. And in these two lines we have a poetic device. It is personification. Personification is when something is assigned with life. This is personification. Sadness that lurks, sadness that is hiding, sadness here is assigned with life. So this is personification. Now, lines 36, 37 and 38. For the squeal of brakes, the sound of a stopping car, of all the 1,000 selfish cars that pass, just one to inquire what a farmer's prices are. Squeal here means sound created. Inquire means ask something to know. The villagers eagerly wait for the cars to stop in front of the stall and buy the fruits. The villagers want that yes, some inquiries should come from the town people about the prices of the fruits. But no such thing takes place. Dream or the desire of the village people, that remains in dream. Now in 36, 37, 38, the poetic device is this. It is transferred epithet again. Selfish cars. Selfish is a negative expression. Car gives a positive sense. Selfish should not be used with the car. Car cannot be selfish. So selfish people in car. This is there. Selfish should be used with the people, those who are in the car. So selfish is the right adjective for the people, not for the car. That's why this selfish is a transferred epithet. Coming to lines 39, 40 and 41. And one did stop, but only to plough up grass in using the yard to back and turn around, and another to ask the way to where it was bound. Here this expression plough, it means getting damaged or getting destroyed. And yard means open space, bound, leading towards. This total stanza means if some car was stopping there in front of the stall, it was only damaging the grass and grassy surface in front of the stall. Well, the town people, they were moving their car in front of the grassy land. Only they were asking one question to get the answer from the villager. And that question was where the road was moving towards. Lines 42 and 43. And another to ask, could they sell it a gallon of gas? They couldn't this crossly. They had none did it see. Here there is a word gallon. Gallon means it's a unit of measurement. 1 gallon is 3.78 liters. They were asking certain absurd questions about the things which were not available in the villages. The stall was having fruits. In spite of seeing this, the town people, they were asking such absurd questions. All things for us, these town people, they didn't have the conscience. They were asking such absurd questions. Now, lines 44, 40, 45 and 46. No, in country money, the country scale again, the requisite lift of spirit has never been found, or so the voice of the country seems to complain. Here, country means village, scale means level, gain is income, requisite is required, lift is development, found means obtained, spirit is standard of living, and voice is the opinion. So the meaning conveyed in these three lines 44, 45, 46, meaning is this: village level income was certainly less. With the village level income, the farmers were not having the scope to improve their financial condition. The farmers were having their anguish, their resentment. Lines 47 and 48. I can't help owning that great relief it would be to put these people at one stroke out of their pain. Here, owning means having, relief means satisfaction, pain is suffering. The annotation of these two lines is this: the poet is expressing his happiness. Happiness over what? Happiness over the expectation that the villagers will be getting out of poverty and they will be living a decent life. Lines 49, 50, 51. These three lines read, and then next day as I come back into the scene, I wonder how I should like you to come to me and offer to put me gently out of my pain. Here, scene means normal state of mind. Pain means anguish. Line 49, 50 and 51. The annotation or the explanatory meaning of these three lines is this: the poet will be having his happiness when he finds us, the readers, the general people, conscious about the requirements of the villagers. The villagers need to come out of their poverty. When we, the sensible people, the educated people, when we come forward openly to help the villagers will definitely have a different time, different level of living, different quality of life. This will make the poet happy. This is what the poet is anticipating, expecting from all of us. Now, at the end of the poem, we get a message. What's that message? Message is, villagers are very poor. They need to escape from misery of poverty. And the rich people have the obligation. They should come forward to help them. It is a moral obligation, and this is what is the message of the poem. Watch out for the next video to get the answers of the questions relating to this poem. Thank you.